Right.
Because musicking, in the way that I define it in the book, is not necessarily at all anything that we conventionally think of as music.
Yeah.
So, as I say in my book, musicking in the way we develop it in the book can be anything from standing on one leg, waving your arms about, dancing, poetry, dialogue, all of that. All of that is in musicking. It doesn't have to be music as MUSIC.
And people need to hold that idea in mind. I like the way that you just put it, the range of things that it could involve. In a note to me, you wrote, I seek to shift our perception of mindfulness as a state and therefore essentially static to something more like a way of being, which has a flow, the antithesis of the conventional pathology of neurosis of processes somewhere blocked.
Did I say all that? Did I?
I think I would have left off the last part.
Yeah, I think I might have done as well.
For here, but I like the first part.
But actually, that kind of joins up the two threads, the music and the mindfulness, because it came to me, 10 years ago or so, but it's been developing over all that period. That the essence of music actually lent itself to this idea of shifting from the staticness of mindfulness to allowing it to be something flowing, because life flows.
Yes.
Living isn't digital, living is analog.
Yes. So you're suggesting that you're creating or have created a guide to a new kind of mindfulness. And so I have to ask you, well, what's wrong with the old kind of mindfulness?
Nothing whatever. I'm not denigrating anything at all, because I guess what I have to admit in the end is that what I've described as musicking mindfulness, in fact, is I was going to say goes beyond. That sounds like a criticism. It's not. It kind of uses mindfulness and shifts our focus towards flow, as opposed to a state. It's this state thing that I'm trying to.
I struggled with that, I have to tell you, because I don't think of mindfulness as static. Now you describe it as static, but I always think of it as, paying attention to the stream of what's going on, and without judgment. And if it's a stream, then to me it's not static.
But where are you going? Because the mindfulness is in you, and you are there doing the receiving.
Okay.
And the receiving, the receptor, if you like, is the static part, is the state. Now,
one thing that you do that expands it, and I'm jumping way ahead though, is you bring in a kind of social dimension to it. Yeah. And so that definitely is an expansion. But I'm jumping ahead just a little bit. I wanted to ask you what's your definition of musicking, this new mindfulness?
Musicking, you'll remember in the introductory chapter, I set out 3 elements: musicking, yes, dialoguing, and leveling.
Yes.
I'm sorry about the word leveling. It's a bit of a it's not a very satisfactory word, but I couldn't find another one. But we'll come to it. That's the relating part. So these 3 elements, the musicking layer of that is the receiving and the manifesting. So with mindfulness, we are the receptor of the stream of stuff that is around, the real stuff, the actual stuff, the now stuff. We are the receptor, and our awareness resides in us. But what musicking, or I'm seeking to add, is the path to manifesting ourselves back into the world that is giving us.
That's always